Hi, my name is Richard Finn. I am a myofascial trigger point therapist, a licensed massage therapist, and I work a lot with people that have low back pain, and I like to send them home with something they can do. And most people get stretches they can do, they get exercises they can do, and I really like to instead give them movement that they can do. Now the movements I'm going to show you, these can be, I do these in the car, I do these in an airplane, and I do them oftentimes when I'm sitting down. And the whole idea here is that when you pay attention to creating the movement, that your brain thinks about something other than your pain, which is great because then you don't hurt nearly as much. It tends to calm things down, just that act of paying attention. The other thing is by doing slow, careful movements, we're firing off signals up to the brain, telling it where we're at in space and that there's not a sense of threat. So what I'm showing you, you should do this movement without pain. I don't want any pain while doing this. So the idea, if it is painful to do this, you might want to go right up to the edge of the pain and then back off. But don't do anything that's really excruciating. Okay? Anyway, I'm going to start off. First of all, I'm sitting here and I've got bones that I sit on. We call them ischial tuberosity or sits bones. And if I wiggle back and forth, I can feel those bones. Now, the movement is I'm going to bear down over here on my left, your right, and I'm going to press that bone and then relax it. And then I'm going to come over here on the right side and do that. And I'm going to alternate from side to side, taking time to just pause for a moment. And again, it's a very small movement, and I'm making it really big right now in hopes that you're going to be able to see this. When I do this in an airplane, I do it so small that the person next to me doesn't know it's happening. So that's the first movement. I call that the ischial tuberosity walk or the sit bone walk. The next thing I'm going to give you is what I like to call the walking knee. So keep an eye on my knees. What I'm going to do is I'm going to press my knee out, my left, your right, and then I'm going to go my right, your left. And again, with a pause in between each one, but I'm going to keep these moving back and forth. Now, the beauty of doing both of these movements, and I'm going to give you a third movement, is if you pay attention to your low back as you do this, you're going to feel that low back moving around. And if you really focus, you can feel that up even between your shoulder blades. You can feel it going on in your legs. This is really a whole body movement. And again, it gets the blood moving. The other thing is, again, when you're in pain, oftentimes it's because you don't have enough blood going to your nerves. Your nervous system takes up 2% of your body weight, and it uses 20% of your oxygen. And you need movement to get that blood back to the nerves that are in your skin and in your muscles to bring that oxygen out. Third movement. If you find a spot up here where your sternum is, that's just at the bottom of it. It's called a xiphoid process. And down below, there's a bone here where your pubic bones come together. And if you tighten that up and relax it, tighten up and relax it. This is basically, if you've been to therapy and been given a pelvic tilt, this is a sitting pelvic tilt. But again, what it's doing is as you're contracting in the front, you're going to feel the lengthening happening in your low back. And again, this is going to be great for getting pressure off of the blood supply to the area so that it can flush back in. And again, it's a whole body exercise. So this is your key to taking care of low back pain. It may not completely wipe it out, but it's certainly going to help you if you do this on a regular basis and keep that blood flow going. This should be very helpful to get you out of pain. Give it a try. I hope it works for you.